Please make sure that you have your books open on page what? Page 104 in the lesson, the garbage project, okay? So now we need to think about the questions and try to remember parts of the passage, okay, that we have read and discussed. So let's take a look at sentence or question number 1. Look what it says in E, guys, okay? Comprehension questions. Name 2 kinds of hazardous waste in homes. Remember, we talked about 2 hazardous waste that, like anybody can find, at home. What, Siba? Do you remember them?
Batteries and motor oil.
Excellent, Siba. Yes, very good. That's true. All of us have batteries, and all of us have cars, or our fathers or brothers or relatives have cars. And we said that these 2 items are very destructive to our environment, to our water resources as well, because what happens is that if we throw them away, if we throw them away in regular landfills, they will open up, mix with the rainwater, and they will contaminate. Contaminate means pollute, our natural resources of water, right? Yeah. Thank you so much, Siba. Let's move on to the second question. Think about the second question. Look what it says. Why is hazardous waste dangerous? I just answered the questions, by the way. We said that hazardous waste is dangerous. So النفايات guys الخطيرة هاي الكيماوية dangerous. Why? Who can tell me why? Yes. Dalia.
It's mixing with rainwater and polluting the natural water in the ground.
Exactly. Thank you very much, Dalia. You are a good listener. Good. And a good reader. So basically, this is what happens. Batteries, we throw batteries in landfills, right? Like after a while, all of us have seen a battery crack and open up, right? There is this substance that comes out of it. It is very poisonous. And then you know what? This substance will mix with the rainwater that falls, and it will go to the bottom of the soil, and it will mix with the natural resource of water that we depend on. And so does, and the same with, motor oil, okay? Same thing happens, if it's inside a container or something like that, it will break open, it will mix with the rainwater, it will contaminate the water that we depend on, that we kind of, use in the bottom of the, let's say at the bottom of the ground, all right? Yeah. So it's the same. So think about that, guys. All right. That's why it's really hazardous or dangerous. Let's move on to question 3. Look what it says here. Why did students use safety equipment? Remember, guys, we said that the students at the University of Arizona, they used what? Safety equipment when they went to the landfills. So they did not go, without taking their safety equipment. They even wore masks, remember? If nowadays, because of the coronavirus, all of us wear masks when we go to public places, right? Because we don't want to catch the any kind of corona. We don't want to catch that virus, right? So why did students use safety equipment when they went to landfills? To what? We wear masks nowadays. We don't want to catch corona. They wore masks. They use safety equipment. Why? Dalia?
To protect themselves from disease.
Good. To protect themselves from getting sick, probably first, because sometimes if you get sick, you might die, right? So basically, yes, the landfills might have lots of bacteria, and might, allow them to catch certain diseases and illnesses. And yes, they want to prevent themselves from getting sick, from getting poisoned, right? Yeah. By using safety equipment and wearing, what they should wear, like probably gloves and masks, and, throwing that away after they were done, let me say, investigating and looking through the garbage, right? Yeah. Okay. So this is the correct answer. Okay, number 4, let me read to you question 4. What is the best way to dispose of our garbage? And remember, guys, you see these questions? I'm going to send them to you, I'm sorry. To your e-learning in the form of a file, okay? And the answers will be written for you. So if you did not catch what we are, the answers, let me say, what we're saying right now, Today, I will send you the file and you can look at them also answered, okay? So I hope that will be even helpful, more helpful than this. So what is the best way to dispose of garbage? Dispose means to get rid of, throw away, kept, guys. This is what it means. What is the best way to dispose of garbage? If you have an answer, please raise your hand, guys. Let me see who knows the answer. So there are ways that, you know what? Many of us, we just throw everything in the garbage can. But what's the best way? Not the regular way that everybody does it. Yes, Dalia, do you want to say something?
Recycle.
Excellent. But not really, Dalia. Wait a minute. Not everything, Dalia. The best way to
Yeah, not
dispose of
everything,
garbage
but
in
it's
general,
a good way.
look what I have here. This is an old answer of mine. To divide the garbage, to separate it, right?
Yeah.
Into different groups of garbage. Maybe one group is to be thrown into the into landfills. Another is to be probably recycled, as you said. Okay, so we should distribute the garbage, separate it, and then probably yes, if some of it could be recycled, we could recycle it, right? Yeah. Alrighty. Let's move on to the next question. What's the next question? I'm trying to get something from here. All right. The next question is, what is the connection between, I'm sorry, the garbage project and archaeology? Remember, we said, guys, that the students who are doing the garbage project are students from the archaeology department at the University of Arizona. So what is the connection here? Archaeology and the garbage project, what's the connection? What were they doing, or when they began this project? Because as an archaeologist or a person studying archaeology, what do you do? Do you know what you do? You look into old pieces, old furniture, old artifacts. Okay, you look into old things or ruins in order to understand how those people who used them, or how those people lived, who used them, let me say. Okay, how did they live? How was their life? Was it modern? Was it not that modern? What kind of things did they use? Were they, let me say, a consumer society? Were they a producer society? What? Okay. So the connection is that both, if you want to study, let me say, old artifacts or new ones, the idea behind studying them is to understand how people live their lives. Like, let's suppose as a student, let me say, dug old garbage. So that means I'm going to learn about the society that produced that old garbage. I'm going to learn how they live their lives, what kind of products they use, etc. like that. But if I go to, a landfill right now here in Irbid and look through the garbage, what am I going to do? What am I going to learn? I'm going to learn how people in Irbid nowadays live their lives, what they consume, what they depend on, what they eat, what they drink nowadays. Okay? All right, guys? This is what I'm going to do. So the connection is that both of them, are doing some form of investigation. Okay? The garbage project is doing some kind of investigation, and archaeology does some kind of investigation. The former, which is the garbage project, is investigating modern people's lives in order to understand how they live, their lives, what they consume. That's what we want to do. And archaeology, let me say, students or people who study archaeology look into old, let me say, items and things in order to understand how ancient civilizations, lived their lives. Okay, and what kind of society they were. Okay. So basically, this is the answer. And like I said, when I send you the file, this answer would be written. Let's move on to question 6. Think about 6. Why did the garbage project go to Toronto? Remember, we said that the garbage project, guys, started in Arizona and it moved on to Toronto. Toronto is a city where? In Canada. Why did it move to Toronto? Why? Like, if there is a project in Arizona and everybody thinks that it did well, people benefited in Arizona, right? that's when people in Toronto would want to also, make use of the project, okay? So why did the garbage project go to Toronto? Because the people of Arizona, let me say, found good information, and this information led to, let me say, recycling, benefiting, the city benefited, let me say, all of the city benefited from this project. And so the people of Toronto wanted to also, benefit just like the people of Arizona, in order to reduce the amount of garbage that was going into their landfills. They wanted to do that. They wanted to achieve that, right? Yeah. Okay, so they wanted the same for themselves, guys, okay? Now we want to move on to question 6. Look what it says. What are 3 things that we can recycle? This is an easy question. Come on, guys. Who's going to answer this question? What are 3 things that we can recycle? We can recycle what? Plastic, right, Dalia?
Glass, plastic, and cans.
Good. And sometimes newspapers, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, very good. Yes, thank you very much. So let's move on to the next question. Do you think the problem of disposing of garbage is serious? Give a reason for your answer. Guys, this, problem of disposing garbage, that is disposing garbage in regular landfills, all garbage. Do you think this is a serious problem? Give a reason. So if I were going to answer this question, I would say yes, it is a serious problem, because if we throw everything in the garbage can, including batteries and motor oil, we're going to pollute our natural resource of water, and we are going to get sick, and we might probably have illnesses and die because of that. And we are killing our own selves. This is not, something that we are aware of. That's the problem. All right. So basically, that's it. And another thing is that we have lots of garbage, surrounding us, and we can reduce this amount. Garbage in general, guys, might, get us sick. And so, reducing the amount would be a good idea to do. All right. Okay, we want to move on to the next question. The next question is called the main idea, question. Write a sentence that gives the main idea for the paragraph that starts on line 17. Guys, usually main ideas are found where? They are usually found at the beginning of a paragraph. Like if you read a paragraph about something, where will you find the main idea? Usually in the first line, okay? Unless you have an introductory line, and it might be sentence 2, but usually the main idea, the الفكرة الرئيسية in any paragraph usually is found at the beginning. So let's take a look at line 17 and let's see what there is, okay? So you open up your books, guys. Line 17 is on page 100. It says, what have students in the garbage project learned from studying modern garbage? So it's a question, guys. Okay, we want to see what students have learned, all right? See, if you look at my notes, guys, on here, look what I have said. If a sentence, the sentence begins with, what have students learned? It's like a question. So basically, they're going to tell us about what students have learned. One important thing, very important thing they learned is that the garbage in landfills disappears very slowly. So what is the main idea? The main idea is in the question itself. What students have learned during the, project, okay? So it's about what, guys? Revealing to us the things that students have learned in the garbage project that they, kind of, let me say, worked on, okay? So this is the main idea. Main ideas, أفكار رئيسية, guys, are found, like I told you guys, usually in the first sentence of any paragraph. All right, we want to move on to the second, main idea. Look what it says. Which sentence is the main idea of the last paragraph? So if we go to the last paragraph, which is on page 101, It says a health official once said, we're in deep trouble. So obviously, guys, this health official is going to tell us why we are in deep trouble. Okay, guys? Like I said, because we have to focus on usually the first sentence. And look what the health official says. The health official says that if we don't do anything about this problem that we have been having, which is, let me say having lots of garbage in our landfills and not separating it and not, let me say, recycling any of it and not doing anything about this problem. Look what he says, we're going to be buried in it. That means we're going to be buried in our own garbage. Can you imagine, guys? Okay, so basically it's going to kill us. This garbage is going to kill us if we don't work on reducing it, if we don't look on alternative ways in order to get rid of it. All right, so the main idea in the last paragraph is what? That we are in deep trouble due to having lots of garbage. Okay, this is the main idea, and like I said, when I send you the file, it will be written there and you can take a look at it. All right, so now we want to move on to the next question, guys, which is on page 105. So if you can, please open up your books on page 105. Let me try just to stop sharing and find that page before I share it with you. All right, this is what I'm going to do. Let me just find the page first. Okay, give me a second, please, because I think it's not right after this page. All right, let me just see. Give me just a minute. Here it is. Let me flip it. I think it's this. Okay, and let me see the one after it. Yeah. Okay, amazing. Okay, I found it, guys. Just give me one moment to, add it in and share it with you. All right, let me just click on share screen. Share screen. Here we go. Okay, can you see it, guys? Page, it's page 105. Is it 105? No, is it? Yeah, 105. Yeah, it is 105. Okay, so we have G at the top. Here it is. Yeah, very good. So this is the next question that we should be discussing right now. Here it is. And the title is two-word verbs, okay? Two-word verbs are called what in English? Who knows? What is another name for this phrase? Yes, Dalia?
Phrasal verb or compound verb.
Good. We call them phrasal verbs. Okay, very good. So phrasal verb, the phrasal verbs that you need to know the meaning of are these. Look, check in. What does check in mean? We do this action, do you know where? The verb plus a preposition, right? When do we do this verb, this check-in verb? We do it at airports, usually. Sometimes if you also use Hijazi buses, guys, you need to check in sometimes, right? So at the airport, when you say, I went to the airport to check in, what does that mean? It means you went to the airport to tell the airline that you are there for the flight, or tell the hotel that you are there for your room. Like if you want to go to a hotel and spend the night, you check in. If you want to go to the airport, what do? You check in too. You tell them that you are there. And they always tell you when you want to go to an airport, go early, right? Why do you want to go early? To check in. This is why, right? Yeah. So check in means to, go to the necessary, a certain desk at the airport and tell them that you are there waiting your turn to, let me say, to board the plane. Okay, yeah. Or it could be, if it's related to a hotel, you tell them that you are ready to take your room or something of that kind. Now we have another phrasal verb, drop out. Drop out means to quit school, to stop going to school. Maybe not just school or university. يعني in Arabic, what do we say? بطل. All right, we mean بطل يدرس, right? بطل دراسة. This is what we mean, right? Yeah. So to drop out, I hope none of you ever, decide to drop out, from university. All right. So get through. What does get through mean? It means to finish. So sometimes you might say, I got through my work. That means I finished my work. I need to get through this. Get through means I need to finish this. Okay? Put back means to postpone, التأجيل, guys, all right? So put something where it was before or where it belongs. Oh, this is another meaning, sorry, okay? They want you to use put back not as postpone, they want you to put it as, they want you to use it as return. Okay, guys? Yes, Sarah Zbedi, what do you want to say? Sarah, you have your hand up. Do you want to say something? No? All right. Then we have put back means الإعادة, guys. ترجع الشغلة على مكانها يعني in Arabic we say. Then we have think over. Think over means to think carefully. Sometimes you read a question and you decide to answer it, okay? But instead of just, moving on to the next question, you decide to think over. And think over means to think about it carefully. That means like, guys, إعادة النظر, إعادة التفكير بشيء معين, مراجعة نقول بالعربي, all right? That's what we mean by to think over, all right? Okay. So sentence 1, guys, we need to complete it using one of these phrasal verbs. So think, now you know what they mean, and use them. We want to use them now here also to complete these sentences, okay? So Siba, do you want to answer?
Yes, doctor.
Go ahead.
I can't give you any answer right away. I have to think it over.
Good. Yes, I can't give you my answer right away. Right away, like right now. I can't. I have to, like I need to. What? Do what? I have to. Have to is followed by a verb, right? And it could be a phrasal verb. Think it over. All right? Think like my answer. Think about my answer again. All right? Yes, but you can do two too.
Okay. You have to check in the airport 45 minutes before your flight leaves.
Yes, guys, anybody who wants to go to the airport, who wants to travel to a different country, they always go to the airport, like an hour earlier at least, right? Yeah. And why do they do that? They do that because they want to, like I said, check in. So you have to check in at the airport 45 minutes before your flight actually leaves. Tara.
Did you get through with your homework yet?
Good. Did you get through with your homework yet? So your mommy might ask you this question. Did you get through? Did you get through means did you finish? With your homework yet? Yes, thank you so much. How about 4, David? Yes, Dalia.
David didn't finish colleague. He dropped out.
College means جامعة أو كلية.
Okay. He dropped out after his second year.
Yes. David didn't finish college. He dropped out when? After his second year. Thank you so much, Dalia. Let's have Sarah do 5. Sarah? Please. Please, what, Sarah?
نعم دكتورة.
You want to answer question 5? Sarah, please, what? Question 5, sentence 5. Do you want to read it for us? No? Let me do it then for you. 5, please put the food back. Your mom might tell you this sentence. Listen, after you eat, your mommy would tell you, please put the food back in the refrigerator. Don't leave it out on the table. Do you know why? Because it will get spoiled and then you will have to throw it away. Right? Yeah. So I hope this question or this exercise was not that hard for you. We have now compound words. That is words that are made of more than one word, okay? Or phrases that are made of more than one word and they mean one thing. Okay, sometimes we say work. Work what? What works with this word, guys? Work what? So sometimes we use compound words to refer to one thing, and compound words are words that are made of more than one word, all right? Or they could be now referred to as phrases, all right, now. And as you can see, look, they're both nouns, okay? Got the idea? So this is what they are, and they refer together, they refer to one thing, all right? So we can say work what? I decided on workplace, مكان العمل. All right, workplace. Okay, instead of saying I went to my workplace, instead of saying I went to Yarmouk, because Yarmouk is my workplace. Okay, so sometimes we use these compound words. It's good to know them. Okay, can we say work bag? Can we say work light? Can we say work party? Can we say work way or worker? What? So I found that this phrase over here is very popular. That's why I used it. يعني شائع أكثر نسمع workplace من أي تلزيقة ثانية or mix ثاني. Okay? So I just want you to know what workplace means. It means the place where we work, you know, at. All right? And sometimes I might use it instead of saying I work at Yarmouk or I went to Yarmouk, I say I went to the workplace or to my workplace. All right? Then we have this word, search, guys. Okay? Search means بحث. You know that, right? So what can we use this word with to make a compound word? Okay? Compound means made of two words. So have you ever heard search with any of these words? Have you ever heard of it before, guys?
Party.
Good. Search party اللي هو فريق البحث. Good. So search مش معناها حفلة. Be careful. Party does not here mean حفلة or party, the one that you go to and dance, you know. So search party means فريق إيش guys ببحث. All right. Somebody, you might say that, you know what, you know, there was this kid who was lost. And so, you know, the police sent a search party to the woods in order to look for the child or the kid. Search party هو فريق بحث, guys. All right? Yeah. All right. Let's do the next one. Who would like to do fire? Nermeen?
Fireplace.
Good. Fire what?
Place.
Fireplace? No, Nermeen. We don't say fireplace, honestly speaking. Okay? We say fire worker. Fire worker, guys, اللي هو بالعربي الإطفائي. Okay? Firefighter or fire worker, we might say this, guys. Okay? What else? How about firewood? Firewood كمان تستخدم. It is used, firewood. Firewood is wood that we use in order to make a barbecue. Your dad might say, can you collect some firewood? Okay? Got it, guys? Okay, so these are fire worker. We said, guys, it could mean, you know, a person who works in, you know, at the fire station and kind of extinguishes fires. Or, like I said, firewood could be, you know, wood that we use in order to make our barbecues. Now, let's move on to food. How about food, guys? Siba, what do you want to tell me about food, Siba?
Food place.
Good. Food place means like restaurant. Instead of saying restaurant, I went to the restaurant, I went to a good food place. And it means restaurant, okay? Sometimes you might say food production, إنتاج الأطعمة. So this is a phrase that could be used also, okay?
Okay, doctor.
So this is fine. Food, let me say, production is very popular in Jordan. اللي هي عملية إنتاج الأغذية is popular, مشهورة في الأردن. Maybe this is okay كمان. How about half? Half with what?
Halfway.
Yes, halfway. Like somebody might call you, where are you? Where are you? Hello, where are you? Oh, I'm not there yet. ما وصلت لسه, right? I'm halfway. يعني نص الطريق, على الطريق بس halfway, نص الطريق, all right? So this is what we mean by halfway. Have you finished studying for your exam? You say, Mom, no, not yet. You know, I am halfway. Not all of it. I finished like half the material. Okay? So do you think there's something else that could be used, or do we want to move on to sun? Yes, Nermeen.
Sunlight.
Good. Excellent. Yeah, Nermeen, sunlight. So today, guys, we have a lot of sunlight coming into the room. Sunlight, ضوء شمس, right? Yeah. Okay. Or you can use sun wet. Can you use something else here? Sun something else? So
No.
basically, I think sunlight is the best one here. Nothing else is popular or used that much. House. House what, Yasiba?
Housework.
Good. Housework means like chores at home. Home chores, housework. I have a lot of housework to do today, you know, because Eid al-Adha is coming up. So I have a lot of housework to do. All right? That means chores to be done. All right. How about what else?
Research.
Do we have anything else with house? No,
No.
no, right? No, we don't. No. So let's take a look at the word what? Now, research.
Research.
Yes.
Research.
Dalia, do you want to tell me about research?
Research report.
Good. A research report. You know, when you do some kind of research, at the end, what do you write? You write a report. In Arabic, we call it taqrir. All right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's what we mean by a research report. So basically, that's it. You might have a research, bag. I don't know. So if you go to a place in order to do research and it has, your things in which you use in order to do research could be okay. But no, the most popular is research report. Garbage what? Yes, Siba?
Bag or place.
Yes, you can say garbage place, good, which means the place where, or like the landfill, all right? And garbage
Yeah.
bag is the black bag that we have, that we fill our garbage in, and it's called a garbage bag, the
Sure.
big ones, the big black ones, you know them? They're called
Yes.
garbage bags, okay? Yeah. So guys, how will these come in the exam? Simply, I will give you garbage bag and give you a sentence like, my mother put all our garbage in a, and then I will give
Gar-
you like something like this: food place, halfway, garbage bag, housework. You see how it will come in the exam? So you must
Yeah.
know what these mean. I'm not going to ask you to connect like this, maybe. I will ask you to use them to complete sentences, so you must know what they mean, all right? And then the last,
oh,
compound word is what? Siba, do you want to tell me what it is? Farm what?
farmland.
You can say farmland, اللي هي أرض زراعية, or you can say farm worker, عامل في مزرعة. Okay? So these can work, both of them. Okay? So just understand that in Jordan, we don't have that much farmland. All right? Even all over the world, we don't have that much farmland. You know why? Because we kind of destroyed our farmland, honestly speaking. Okay? We should move on to 106 right now. I hope it opens up. Yeah, it did. Thank God. Let me flip the page and let me enlarge it. Can you see page 106, guys? This is it. So we have connecting words. We want to connect these sentences with each other, in order for, like the first part to be suitable for the second, okay? So who would like to read the first sentence? It says, look, use and to connect a sentence from the first column with a sentence from the second column. Use a comma before and. So whenever you use and, guys, it's a good idea to put a comma before it, okay? Write your answer on a separate piece of paper. You don't have to do that. We just want to read them. Who would like to read the first one? They're done for you. Just read them. Who would like to? Siba, can you read the first one for us? Match them. Yalla, Siba, do you want to do the first one? Read it? No? Let me do the first one for you. So one goes with B. Studying old garbage can teach us about ancient society, comma, and studying. So you need to add these between the two, let me say, now they're not going to be sentences. They're going to be now what, guys? Parts of sentences, clauses, we say, comma, and studying fresh garbage can teach us about modern society. Okay, this is the first one. Sentence 2, students in the garbage project wear safety equipment. All right, and then we can do what now? Put comma and they open bags of garbage. A, yani we connect this with A. They open bags of garbage very carefully. About 3 now, guys. We want to do 3, okay? We dispose of regular garbage, comma, and we should dispose of hazardous waste in special landfills or by recycling, okay? Now, the last one, 4, guys, hazardous waste contains poisonous chemicals, comma, and E now. We must keep it out of regular landfills, all right? And then the last one, the poison inside batteries can go to the bottom of a regular landfill, let me say, comma, and it can pollute the natural water in the ground. So guys, again, I'm going to repeat the answers. One goes with B. 2 goes with D, 3 goes with, I'm sorry, 2 goes with, I'm sorry, with the A, 3 goes with D, 4 goes with C, and 5 with D. Anyway, what I'm going to do, or C, sorry. Now, what I'm going to do is in the file, I'm going to send you the answers to the questions so you don't have to worry about that. But before that, let's take a look at I, main idea questions. What is the main idea of paragraph 6, lines 45 to 52? Let's take a look at that, guys. Okay, together, let's take a look. Huh? What is the main idea and what line? 45 to 52, paragraph 6. 45 to 52. Take a look at 45 to 52, okay? So let me just take a look at it. Ordinary houses. Page 100, guys, all right? Ordinary houses are full of hazardous waste. The most problematic hazardous waste is, in homes is batteries. So this paragraph is about hazardous waste, and they give us an example on the, on hazardous waste that is very popular in our homes, which is batteries. The main idea is, we have hazardous waste at home. Okay, guys, and that way we are done because K, guys, is not included, in the exam. So we're gonna stop for now, and I hope you guys understood how to answer these questions. I hope you learned something, important today, and we want to stop right here. I'll listen to your questions in a minute, but let me just stop the recording so